time out. Um, Whenever I scared Josh, because Josh is a concealed carrier, and he brought his gun down to the second location where I scared him. And the only reason I stopped doing what I was doing because it just crossed my mind that shit, he is carrying. He
He
might
could
have a
shoot.
gun. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's not die tonight. Let's just stay alive. So
Yeah.
so
Who knew shooting off your mouth could get you shot?
right. Or just just scaring him. And I'll go ahead and tell everybody what the scare was. The scare was hilarious because it had been months in the works. Um, there's a few people that were in on it, and even the location owner, he was in on it, and I'd talked to him for like a couple weeks prior, just setting this all up. Um, but what we initially wanted to do was this place. They've got this stage because they hold concerts and stuff there, and that's where we set up our tents and stuff. But he had a sound system out there, and what I initially wanted to do was I have this. I bought this alien mask. It's a really good looking alien mask. If anybody sees me on Facebook or anything, sometimes I'll throw that on and do something stupid with it. But I have a full body gray suit as well. And what we were gonna do was while he's going to sleep, just before he goes to sleep, we were gonna turn on that sound system and drop this deep bass drop. And we're gonna flood the area with lights, and I was gonna crawl into his tent. But um, circumstances weren't lining up, so we couldn't do that per se. So what we did was I had the owner take him around the property while I went to another part of the property, and we were going to pretend we were investigating. And I would walkie him. Hey, did you guys see the lights? Did you hear the hum in the sky and all this? So eventually he's making his way around towards where I'm at, and I shut off my walkie. And I set up my camera down on the ground to film the area, and I put on the alien suit, and I hid in the woods. And he comes around, and he's trying to walkie me, and he's not getting a hold of me. So Josh, bless his heart, uh, Josh started thinking that something happened to me. He hadn't even seen the camera on the ground, hadn't gotten there yet. He's already freaking out. Oh crap! What's going on? I can't get a hold of Dave. They get over there, and he starts coming around to where I would have been, and he sees the light, the recording light from my camera, and my camera's sitting on the ground, and he sees that and he starts freaking out. He's like, "Oh crap, Dave!" Starts yelling around for me, and where my camera is sitting, he was shooting this angle, and he started going around away from the camera, and I was hoping he would have crossed in front of it. So before he could get out of the camera view, I come flying out of the woods, kind of running at him, and his reaction was like one of the most priceless things I've ever seen. If you remember the hammer dance from
Mhm.
MC Hammer, where he goes side to side, that was what Josh was doing, and you just hear him throwing out f bombs while he's doing this. He didn't know what to do, and at, shortly into that's when the gun thing crossed my mind, and I stopped. And, you know, but
Um, I, I tell you, honestly, I'm surprised his daughters that those weren't the first words out of his mouth, that our mouths were the F word, because I don't ever remember a time where the F word isn't the first thing out of his mouth.
I agree. I'm pretty shocked myself. Just
When
carry
it
around
doesn't,
toilet
yeah,
paper
when
for
it
their.
yeah, when it doesn't come out, it's like, am I talking to the right guy? You know,
The only
and
reason the f bomb doesn't come out is because he's smoking a cigarette.
yeah, there's that too. And but I will tell you that little one, his new little one, Lincoln, is adorable.
I got invited to go up to Malvern the day after Thanksgiving, and I so wanted to go up there. Like like there was the Malvern investigation I got invited to, and then the Garnett House investigation the day after that I got invited to, and I was gonna go to both of them, but of course the poison ivy and stuff. But I was actually planning on having them not tell Josh I was going up there, and I was just going to show up at Josh's house. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, I don't know how that would have went over because I probably would have took my alien costume too.
Yeah, if that would not have probably gone over well,
It would have been
especially if you'd have showed up and said, "I'm here for the baby."
Yeah.
Should have came and said, "I'm here for my baby."
How's your wife and my kid?
Yeah, I'm here for my kid. When you were gone. So that would have got him, and I'm pretty sure Kirsten would have played along with that too, for at least a few minutes.
Oh yeah, she would have loved it.
But yeah, we were sad that we didn't see you at least on Friday.
Yeah.
We knew we weren't going to see you on Friday, and we knew that we weren't going to the investigation on Saturday, that we weren't invited. But we did find the people that came down. We did find them a place to investigate prior to that. So we got to hang out with them a little in Paola, Kansas. So that was fun for us to be able to hang out with Dan. And Dan and PRI are going to be on my show in January.
Nice. Very nice.
So that'll be interesting. The bad part is the good part is they listened to us and drove the way we told them to go home, as opposed to taking 36 across the blizzard route.
Which was a good idea because when I was talking to Dan, he said they were basically on the edge of the blizzard all the way into Illinois.
Yep.
Yeah. That's so
right. They made it all the way home before they got anything. All they had was rain.
So that was good. Good advice.
Yes, it was. And now they know they were only within 8 miles of our house, 8 to 10 miles of our house, where we took them to the graveyard.
Huh.
Well, because we're not far from Garnett.
Yeah.
So little did you, but you knew that already.
Yeah, I knew that.
But yeah, we had fun. We took them to Jack Stack Barbecue and showed them all around. We got to visit there, so it was nice. It's just too bad you couldn't come, but we didn't want your poison ivy either, so it worked.
No doubt. I don't blame you.
But
Ron's probably really thankful.
Yeah, he is.
I'm severely allergic.
Yeah, he is. But we've got, let's see, we have about 5 minutes to our next break. Let's see, what's 4State Paranormal working on?
Right now, nothing. I announced earlier this year that I was pretty much kind of leaving the paranormal field. And of course, everybody knows, anybody that says that, they end up right back into it. But, I had told you, like I told you and Ron earlier, I really haven't investigated since June. Haven't gone to any paranormal investigations since then. I've done some stuff. I like going to conferences and things like that, but I've got a movie to promote and all that, and I like speaking on the paranormal. So I'm probably still going to do that, but right now we've been taking a break. Like, it's more for me than it was for anybody else. John needed a break too, so he got to take that, but now he's itching really bad to get started on something. And this past Halloween, we did the 13 Nights of Halloween on our Haunting History Facebook page, where I was live streaming some of our episodes and chatting with everybody. And it kind of got me in the mood again. And so I started kicking around, if we're going to do Haunting History again, if we're going to start that back up and we're going to start doing all this, I kind of want to take that back to the beginning, to the way we started it. The reason we started it, especially because we kind of got away from the initial goal of it. We started,
Is it possible you could get that on Vidi Space as well?
Oh, I'm sure it is. It's something we've considered as well, but there's got to be a lot of things that have to happen as far as that goes. But we started Haunting History really just because we wanted to help promote the small unknown locations that are, there's a lot of places that in our areas that are self-funded. They run on donations. They do tours to make money to try to stay open and be preserved. But a lot of people don't know about these places, and nobody goes to these places because nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
And that was the reason we wanted to do Haunting History, was so we can cover these places, show people the history of these areas and try to get people motivated to go visit these locations. Because without the people going to these places, they're going to get lost to time, and they're going to disappear, and that's history gone.
Right. That's very true. And some of these places are starting to just fall apart.
Exactly.
Well, Trading Post, it's gone.
Really?
The actual Trading Post is gone.
It's a shame.
So, nobody ever got to actually check it out. Well, we didn't get to check it out, and a lot of people didn't ever get to check it out, but they got to check out the town, check out the graveyard and the museum, but the actual building that was the original Trading Post is gone.
Man. And that's what anybody that's in the paranormal field, you end up becoming addicted to the history, and you hate to see those kind of places just disappear like that. It's sad, really.
Yeah, and it is, and and of course the history, for Trading Post, the bad thing is, well, the bad and the good is, you investigate. You went out there to Mare de Scene. I think that's how it's. You went out to the massacre site, and all those people are supposed to be buried there at the Trading Post Cemetery.
Yeah.
So it's a neat little cemetery. The bad part is their museum has strange hours.
That's true. We actually had to call them when we went out there. The only reason we got into the museum is because we called around and we found somebody that could open up the doors for us. There was nobody there. It was all locked up, and it was, weekday. It was well before 5:00. I mean, it should have been open, but it's a small town, small area, not a lot of traffic.
Pale is pretty much the same. It's open 10 to 3, Monday through Friday. It was like,
I've talked to you about the Brown Mansion in Coffeyville, Kansas. That is one of the most spectacular places I've ever been, but their hours for tours is only on Saturdays from noon to 2.
And April to October, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
otherwise, it's a special event.
Yep. Well, we're at our next break. Everyone, we got a 2-minute break here. You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting out of Birmingham, Alabama. We will be back in a couple minutes. We're talking to David Glidden, and we'll be talking to you guys here in just a few. Come on back.
You're listening to WBHM Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk, only on Paranormal Experience Radio, broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Hey, welcome back to the Paranormal Pride. I'm talking with David Glidden. And again, you guys miss out on some of the best conversations when we're not on it. So what we've been talking about has been the Brown Mansion.